Hello, welcome back again. Now we will try to understand some of the very important content of the chapter in this video. So, dealing with the dates. See how important are dates. Often when you deal with the history, you have lots of problem with the dates. And you may have your disliking for the history. Some of you, as because you need to go through the number of dates, years, and that makes this as one very complicated. And you might find history as boring because there are lots of dates. But we cannot or we could not ignore the importance of the date in the learning history. You see, what is the importance of the date? Why it is essential to know the dates in the history? Very simple reason. As you can see here, I have written here, the dates are important because it helps to connect with the different times and the incidences. What are the different times? What are the different incidences that has happened? How we come to know in the history? The dates in the history tells us about all these different incidences that happen in different times. Let me tell you a very simple example. If somebody asks you when our country achieved independence, then how we can express? Can we express that yes, our country got independence on Tuesday or it was in the August month? No. So some period to specify some period we use the date. The moment we say that 15th August 1947 our country achieved independence, the picture will be very clear. Now can you or do you understand what is the importance of the dates in the history? This is the significance, this is the importance of the date in the history. Right? Another, it helps to connect with the different progress in human life. Series of development human being has made in their life. You see, at this hour, I know this is a tough time for many of us, including me and you as a learner. But if you see, this tough time has given us some opportunity to do progress as well. Today many of us become a techno-savvy. We are not expert, or we did not become an expert, but at least we learned something. So after this situation, when we come out of this situation, trust me, there will be a huge change in the society. You will find that the society might have moved to somewhere else. Today, so many of our work, instead of depending on manually, we are trying to do, or we are trying to get it done using the technology. So, do we mean that after this situation, it will bring a huge change in the human society, in the human way of living? Then it is not incorrect to say that yes, it is. So that's why, if in the days to come, if somebody will learn that India or the rest of the world have a great transmission from one world to another world, so called from contemporary world to digital world, then can we say that 2020 has a great impact in the shifting of contemporary world to the digital world? Yes, a time will come and the learner will learn in this way. So here also how we can reflect that period? We can reflect that period through the dates. So can we ignore, can we subside the importance of dates? Absolutely not. Another, you see, it helps to connect with the different lifestyle and innovations. So many innovations, different way of a lifestyle. Isn't it an innovation that we are using different kind of gadgets, various app and learning, staying in the home? Isn't it an innovation? Yes, it is an innovation. One kind of innovations for those who were unaware about it. For those it might be nothing, for those it might be very simple, as they were doing since the ages. But for those who are new in this field, for them this is what? This is innovation, right? So again, how we will reflect this period? We will reflect with the help of that so-called 2020, right? Another, it helps to connect with even changes that has taken in the history and its way of learning. If you see the past 3-4 years of time and the learning of history in this phase of time is changed. You see the concept of history, what we learned in the past, and the concept of history we are learning in this since 3-4 years back. You will find there is a huge change in the concept. And what is it? In the past, history was associated with the string of dates. Why? As it was used to keep on the track of battles and events. So, if dates are important, yes, they are important. How they are important? We have discussed in the previous segment or just above, which dates are important. Now see, if you see which dates are important with a different point of perspectives, then you will come to know that people, they give importance to those days which are beneficial or which are help them to mold their hidden agenda. Let us take which dates are important in general. Generally, those dates are important, as I have written here, which helps to compose the story. History is just like a story of human civilization. History is just like a story of human food habits. History is a story just like the way, the culture, the traditions, the ethnicity, the food habits, these are being practices. But if you see the different historian or the people who wrote history on the different point of time, then you will come to know that they have given preference, they have given importance to those days which were helping them to fulfill their own plans, the policies. Let me make you understand in this way. In your first chapter, which we are discussing, how, when and where, if you see the British history in India, now when I say the British history in India, then what I mean to tell you is that the period since the British started to perform their activities in our country, that period is remarked as British history. So if you see the British history in India, British period in India, then which date they have given importance? Then you will be shocked. The British have given significance to those dates Governor General has arrived to our country, they have given importance to all those days till the last Viceroy. They were performing or doing their administrative functions in our country. The first Governor General, Warren Hastings, the last Viceroy, British Viceroy, the Mountbatten. In between, number of general governor has come. Ripon, Cornwallis, Dalhousie. So all these governor generals and the specific date on which they were administrating or executing the British policy in India, these dates are given more important by the Britishers in the British history in India. Whereas, if we think logically, do you think these dates are genuinely that much of important to know about the Indian civilization? Yeah, I cannot ignore one side. Yes, in one side it might be, because it will tell us the policies, the methods the Britishers has adopted to administrate the Indian society. The British how they have exploited the right, liberties, equality and overall humanity of our country's people. But that is one aspect. With that aspect, we know their mentality. We know how they were rude to us. We know how they were exploiting in the name of development. But do those things help us to know exactly, to know what is our history? Our history is not that somebody's come and they rule. That is, our history is reigned by somebody. So, in that way, dates are very important, but on the different occasions, the historians, they give importance to those dates which suits them, right? So, this is about the dates.